I offer a disclaimer to YouTube. Do not practice what I speak about. Do not do what I talk about. And what causes so much disruption now. There's evil when there aren't compassionate, responsible limits, especially when there's men and women involved. Not to mention a coronavirus pandemic now. Anybody with a brain and a body can sit. Similar to religion and meditation, Buddhism, Zen Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism. Practice mantra, practice mantra, practice mantra, practice mantra out loud, out loud, out loud, and then go silent, quiet. And there's changes in thinking and thought. Different parts of the brain. A psychedelic, fast world now. And then a slow, calm and relaxed, visual hallucination now. And where the injustice begins has to do with the dominance of voice. And body now. In a building, dominant. Body, stare, fake stab. In a home, in a building, with neighbors in their apartments, whispering and talking quietly next to a wall shared by a neighbor who doesn't have a library to go study neurology. Open now. Who doesn't have the support of mental health providers. As a result of my difficulty with eye contact now. In my insistence, I want to go to school and get a PhD, doctorate in pediatric medicine now. Talking and talking and talking, and then some creepy, cold, and nasty word after. A final sound said by some woman who makes her gender-neutral self and mind and ego and emotion and mood a part of time. And when she's a part of time as a gender-neutral human, feminist, musician, artist, cultural warrior, she enjoys her freedom. Sexualizing and molesting those who are unfortunate to be her neighbors, both of whom are male. People masturbate all the time. People have sex. They fuck. But gosh darn, when there's some strange woman who's a mystery to everyone else, using the tone of her voice and the sound of her speech to not passively struggle with her difficulty, but gain dominance of time and consciousness, there's an almost fascist, horrific example now. Psychiatrists would talk about psychosis and delusion and having a belief in psychic abilities, but have mostly said the problem I've talked about previously and now has to do with a mechanical sound in my wall. And now I've spent all my money trying to solve a problem everyone disregards as a normal part of life. Now, and so now that life has this new normal, and these conditions are acceptable, okay, fine, great, awesome, and super freaking cool, I'd also request my right to suicide, my right to death as a practitioner of Tibetan Buddhism now. And I'd also say to anyone who lives next to dominance, creepiness, and most of all, disgustingness, never give up. Never stop saying, "Leave me alone." Never stop reading. Never stop thinking and having thoughts. But gosh darn, when the horse-faced ghost arrives, move fast. Move intelligent. And when they come to stab you with a fake knife, don't forget memories about jiu-jitsu, firearms training, and especially judo, verbal and physical. To avoid having to explain a need to not ever be seen again, to not ever be heard aloud ever again. Now,